It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game Mess Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games, so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, Naked Snake is back. Mike is here. We will draft the best Metal Gear Solid game ever and more. It's going to be a good one. Mike Minotti, how are you doing?
I am doing good. I was just playing the Metal Gear Solid game. It's fun. I like Metal Gear Solid.
I love Metal Gear Solid Triangle. That sounds like a good game to me.
Triangle. The Delta thing. I guess I accept the Delta thing.
I also accept Delta into my heart. I will not deny it.
Yeah, I would have accepted it so much more if they just used the letter that's number 3, right? That's when I first Delta, that must be what 3 is. And it's like, no, Delta is 4. So, all right.
Yeah, it's a little. I mean, it is a triangle, right? So like you can get to 3, but you're right. The word it's, I don't know. It's Kojima. It doesn't matter. None of this shit matters, and yet it all matters somehow.
Nothing really matters. Anyone can see.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay, fantastic. I'm glad you're back. You missed last week's episode.
Oh, right.
It was a good time,
That's
but you're
right.
here.
Yeah, that was exciting. My mom was completely fine, but she had to go to the hospital and
yeah, you want to go check in on your family, of course.
Transfer her. I was like, you hear when your mom calls you and is upset and she's in the emergency room, like, well, I guess I'm going there. So
exactly.
It's okay, everything.
Yep. But how you doing otherwise? You August is over. It's September. There's going to be nonstop games starting very soon. I was just talking to Dan about it. Like next week's got a bunch of stuff. Lost Soulacide. The kids won't stop talking about Lost Soulacide, Mike.
Shut up about Lost Soulacide. My God. Yeah, I definitely want to catch up and. I brought up before, each of us needs to take a week off just to finish things. I have a lot of half-beaten games right now. And, honestly, a lot of them I can almost leave half-beaten. Like Avowed and even Doom the Dark Ages. I like those games.
Sure.
I don't know. I do want to finish them, though. But if I didn't, it's not like they're vying for my top 5 in this year or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm glad that I've focused in on Expedition. That has made it easy. I know that one matters, so it's been very easy to throw other things to the side. But I know once I get past that, it's going to be tough. Because am I going to play Death Stranding 2, or will I want to jump to Delta? There's a bunch of other games that I'm interested in. I'm playing Shinobi. I'm playing this Kirby DLC now. I want to finish Herdling, a game that I'm almost completed in one sitting. I might as well just go ahead and finish that. So there are a bunch of stuff in that tier right behind Expedition that's going to keep me busy for sure, and that's before all of these other new games start coming out. But yeah, overall 2025 has been really good for games, I think, in terms of the games that I've been interested in playing. It's kind of felt nonstop.
Yeah, and there's still some things I have to try that, I don't want to miss the Zeitgeist completely, sort of see. I thought looked interesting. I know there's some funkiness with layoffs there immediately, so I'm not sure what's happening there, but I still want to play that game. Yeah, just tons of, like you said, things are still coming out. October is especially packed, but I mean, September 4th is Silk Song. That's a week today. That's insane.
Yep. That's but I'm mad at your boy Northern Lion Christian. He posted rage bait about Silk Song, a game that I
saw that.
Yeah, he was basically insulting the entire idea of Metroidvanias.
It's so reductive. Well, it's just like going to your car and realize you forgot your car. That's like being playing a game of computer is just like typing an essay because it has 2 points of similarity.
Diablo's just clicking on dudes, right? Yeah, it's just a mouse clicking game. Yeah, he got me. Is what I'm trying to say. Is that fucker got me? I'm rage baited. All right.
It's like seeing your soul in the reflection. It's messed up. Fuck that guy.
So yeah.
Best genre.
Best genre. That game is a week away. It's nuts. And there are despite all these games getting delayed, there are still other games coming out that week. So. Yes, it'll be hectic, but whatever. That's
oh my God, that guy likes roguelikes? Imagine just if I could just be your type, be like, it'd be like going to the same 9 and 5 every day. You just do the same thing.
Look, his mind
and I
is
know that's
addled
stupid
by socialist healthcare. So, clearly, he's just too far gone. There's nothing to be done.
Beyond help. Beyond hope.
I'm glad we could take Northern Lion down a peg or two. Finally, someone does it. All right, let's let's start the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening and hit that like button on YouTube, please. It helps people find us while we're live. If you want to ask a question, you can drop a super chat during the program. We'll get to all of those before the end of the show. You do that right here on YouTube. Thanks to Carlos Ayin, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube, for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever pods are caught. You can also use the YouTube podcast feature. I honestly have no idea how that works, but people seem to like it. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to Christian for producing, and you can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That's patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions, and our game club discussions, early access to new episodes of shows like Columbros, and of course, all of our shows ad-free. That's patreon.com/GameMess. Thank you to everybody who has joined. And there's a mailbag episode that I just put up. That's going to be for patrons only right now. Did we put it up for YouTube members as well, Christian? I'm not sure if we did.
It is for YouTube members as well.
There we go. Okay, perfect. So if you are one of those, you'll be able to watch that. That's up right now. We'll put the video file in the Discord as well, I suppose. So if you're supporting one way or the other. Okay, let's check in with Mike. Mike Minotti, live on the scene where he's mad. Can you tell us why Mike Minotti is mad?
Okay, so apparently this guy who was rage baiting about Metroidvania also likes the Horse Girl game. Now look, I've been pretty nice about this Horse Girl game, I think. But you're gonna look. I'm not gonna yuck your yum for that game where you watch girls run around a track. You just watch them run around a track. I know you like give them a pep talk beforehand, or tell them to go in the sauna, or to run a lap or something first, or God knows what. That's fine, but you're not gonna be into that. And then a poo Super Metroid or Hollow Knight or Symphony of the Night, I won't take it.
Mike, you're 100% right. Yeah, give it a plus for Mike. Yes, thank you. You're 100% right. But the way he plays the horse girl games is fucking insane. It's like watching a crackhead doing crack. I've never seen someone move through those menus like that motherfucker. It's crazy.
I'm glad you said it, Mike. Someone had to. That's why we have you on the show, to say what needs to be said. All right. Well, Northern Lion, now that he's been dealt with, and I'm sure we'll never hear from him again, let's get to our big topics of the week. Kotaku.com is reporting Diablo 4 Blizzard has unionized. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and just click through on this. This is just happening recently, so let me see if we can get caught up here. Yeah, the Diablo team unionizes over AI, remote work, and passion tax of working in games. The team making Diablo 4 and other entries in Blizzard's action RPG franchise is the latest inside of Microsoft to unionize. Workers say the move is to help them negotiate fair terms around issues like layoffs and remote work. Passion can't protect us from job instability, software engineer Sky Hoefling said in a press release. Our union allows us to focus on making magical experiences for our players instead of worrying about the unstable job industry. I mean, I think at this point, Mike, there was always a bit of a hesitancy, There was a ton of hesitancy in development circles to unionize for a very long time, because the reality is there was a lot of guys who were just like, I got here on my own terms and I want to just be on my own terms. I don't want to have to like deal with a union and give up some of my autonomy or any of that. And that has clearly been proven over time to be a pretty poor position, because even those people have now been exploited and discarded by these companies over and over and over again. And there's this new younger group of people who have seen that happen all their lives, are now still wanting to work in this business because they love games, but have a level and realistic head on their shoulders about what it's going to take to make sure that they can protect themselves when they are still making games for these giant corporations. I hope this is the continuing of the dam breaking, and in 5 years, most of the industry is unionized. I don't know if that's the case, but this feels like another good step in that direction.
Yeah, and if floodgates are definitely opening a bit, but gosh, if you work at a Microsoft studio, I feel like the pressure is extra intense to make sure you have some job security by banding together. You know that another giant round of layoffs is going to happen anytime, even if you're working on something like Diablo, which seems like a big moneymaker right now. But you never know when exactly the high tides begin to slow down, and they're thinking like, well, we may as well reduce the size of this team and not have them work on something else. Let's just fucking fire them. So yeah, gotta do what you can to protect yourselves.
Yeah, we could see what happens when these companies seem to, like in the case of Microsoft, lose interest in games. I mean, I don't know any other way of describing what has happened at Microsoft other than they have just shifted their gaze from video games to AI, and the people who are working on games will go get fucked, I guess. And that's Microsoft's official position. So what can you do in that situation? The only thing you can do is turn to your union if you have one. And in this case, it sounds like people are like saying, you know what, we need one. This is just, like, honestly, union at Blizzard would have been an unthinkable thing 10 years ago. Sure. It really has changed a ton very fast, all things considered. So we'll see if this continues to happen. Obviously, the passion tax is a big part of that, where people can be taken advantage of because they do want to work in this thing that they've loved all their lives. And that's something that has always been exploited in video games.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies like that. I mean, gosh, go even things like theme parks and other industries like that. It has a big fan base of people. That's their dream job. It kind of can suck because it kind of turns into lower salaries than it should be, because some people are vying for those positions. But yeah, I know that like a union isn't a magic bullet. It's not going to stop all layoffs, but it can offer protections. Right. It can maybe offer better severances if things do become the way they are. It can at least scare them off a little bit. It can hold back the floodgates. It can damn things a little bit longer. I mean, why the hell not? Or
get you more while you are employed there, right? It could just
exactly
ensure that the passion tax is at least taken care of, where it's like, no, you can't just take advantage of these people because they want to work here. They're still doing the labor for you. You need to compensate them fairly. And then if you still end up getting laid off, at least you made more money while you were doing the work. It's something. You're right. It's not some magic bullet. No one thinks it's that. It could just give you a little bit more power at the bargaining table. All right, let's continue here. That Circana report came in. The video game industry up mostly because of mobile games. There's a new mobile game, or new to the United States, that's doing very well. And so it's like, okay, well, what does that mean for consoles? Didn't the Switch 2 just come out? Yeah, the Switch 2 came out. It's doing extremely well. It is the fastest selling console still up through this point. It is selling a little bit faster than the PS4, Matt Piscatella said. It is selling 75% faster than the Switch 2 or Switch 1. So it's doing very well. It has clearly continued to pass this early gate of, hey, can we get the early adopters to feel good about this thing? Obviously, and demonstrably, yes, is the answer to that question. Matt, when he was on the show Game Best Mornings with me earlier this week, said, the question does continue to hang in the air of what's going to happen this holiday, but we'll see. At the very least, Nintendo does seem to have good momentum on that front. So if it was all coming from mobile and Switch, why isn't it why aren't sales way up? Well, there's a couple things. College football came back last year. There was another college football game released this year, and it did very well. It's the #1 best-selling game of the month, but it's not quite matching the excitement of its first return after more than 10 years, which is what happened last year. And then the PlayStation and Xbox console sales really are cratering in terms of the hardware being sold. PlayStation 5 hardware, let's see, I have it down here. I believe that was down like 47%. Yeah, PS5 hardware sales, and that's per dollar. So it made 47% less in terms of dollar sales compared to last year. Xbox Series spending, meanwhile, dropped 69% year over year. Not nice. And so I think between those two consoles, that dragged down accessory sales. Accessory sales were down 8%. And that was like when the Xbox went up in price, I believe. The PlayStation 5 price increase, or do I have that backwards? Was it maybe the other way? Either way, one of the systems had just gone up in price, but the other one had not yet. And really, I think a lot of the price increase will just be kind of settling into those following months. So sales were already down. They're down even more, and these things keep getting more expensive. Mike, when you hear all that, what do you think?
What do I do wonder when we're going to start hearing about the PlayStation 6 here, right? It's starting to feel like maybe sooner rather than later in a lot of ways. Is that something we hear about even next year? Not that it could possibly come out next year, but gosh, 2027, I don't know. And who knows whatever the heck Xbox is thinking about with this next gen console thing of some kind. But yeah, everything you said there makes sense. Looking at the software, it's interesting seeing what's obviously EA Sports, like you said, and then there's like an EA Sports college bundle thing right below that. But God, yeah, like the Switch 2 is doing strong. I mean, it's impressive that Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is on this very new console, there are still only so many of those out there, but it still is number 3 in its debut month.
Yep, number 3.
Not counting digital sales, right?
Not counting digital sales, and on a system that has had fewer than 2 million consoles in the United States. So, yeah, that's impressive. Matt pointed out, even if you had included digital sales, it's very unlikely that due to the number of Switch 2s out there, it would have outsold the college football game. And of course, yeah, that is a massive game on multiple platforms. It is worth noting, a lot of people probably did buy PS5s and Xboxes last year for that new college football game. That's definitely something. It was one of those games that got people off the sideline. So that's going to make it a tough comparison for hardware sales as well. But, talking to Matt about it again, he does make it sound like the decline, now that we're on the other side of the bell curve of console, the rate of console sales is a little bit more dramatic in terms of a decline than he was expecting. And I think we keep seeing that reflected in the numbers. And whatever the comparison point is, it's like this is pretty consistent month to month.
It's interesting because the PlayStation 5 Pro is not that old. It doesn't feel like it did much to extend the life of the console like the PlayStation 4 Pro did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
because it's incredibly expensive and only getting more expensive.
Incredibly expensive, and the comparison to the PS5 just isn't as favorable for the PS5 Pro. Whereas the PS4 Pro was easy to understand. This thing could do 4K, the other one couldn't, and you just got a 4K TV. Such an easy sale. Here, you just don't have anything close to that. That was something we were talking about with the PS5 Pro to begin with, and now it's kind of been borne out through the numbers here. And the overall interest, I've heard a lot of people skipping out on the PS5 Pro, and now it's $750, something like that. That's just an astronomical number, and really, it's hard to shake the fact it's like, yeah, it's a PS5 Pro, but the PS5 as an idea is 5 years old. It's ancient at this point in terms of console hardware. And you want us to spend $750 on this version? It's going to be tough for a lot of people.
I mean, people for so long, it's like, oh, GTA 6 is going to help sell its consoles. I mean, it is, but boy, is it coming in late for this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming in late, but I wonder if these companies are like, hey, we have a good sandwich here that we're in the middle of on this one side, all of this, the pressures from the economy and the tariffs give us a good excuse to raise prices now. And then GTA 6 will come next year. And so people will have time to get used to these prices. And there are going to be people who will not be able to help themselves. They'll pay whatever they have to pay to get GTA 6 next year. And so it's going to work out. It's going to work out for them. Like, they are going to sell a ton of consoles next year. Both of these companies, especially PlayStation, though. So, yeah, I think that whatever happens in this moment, they're not worried about that because this is all just practice. It's a preseason game before we get to the real show, and that is Grand Theft Auto 6 launching. Yeah, so in terms of games sold, or new games, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 was number 4 on the chart. Matt made it sound like it did really well. It sold very well.
Wow, so we'll get a new one real soon, right? For sure.
I mean,
we'll have to beg for it.
We might still have to beg.
Why do we have to beg for it?
You know why we have to beg? Because Criterion is now a Battlefield studio. That's what happens. Criterion, who made Need for Speed after getting bumped off of Burnout. I was like, we'll get Burnout back one day. Well, now I'm not even going to fucking kid myself with that. We're not even going to get Need for Speed back because they're a Battlefield studio. And that could just happen to anybody making any of these games. Even an external studio like Iron Galaxy. They might end up working on a goddamn Call of Duty at some point. So, yeah, I do think that they will see these numbers, and likely we will get yet another Tony Hawk. Because I don't think this one is setting the world on fire in quite the same way as 1+2, but it does sound pretty comparable. So that's good news. The other new game on the chart, number 8, Grounded 2. That's an early access game. Has a reduced price because it's in game preview or whatever. So the fact that even got into the top 10 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's only on PC and Xbox. Yeah, number 8, early access, Grounded 2. It's so weird how you thought Grounded 1 wasn't a hit that one time because the sequel is already coming out so strong from the game.
It's one of my character flaws. Yeah, you're right. please.
Do you think Elden Ring going from number 1 last month already to 16, actually 2 spots below just normal Elden Ring? Do you think that's anything?
Let's see. What is this? Hang on. Let me double check here. It's okay. Oh,
Night
Rain.
Rain.
Night Rain. I got you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. A ton of people are still playing that on Steam, right? Like, let me just check real quick. Steam charts. I'll get that.
Generally happy with like people. You know, when I played, I was like, I don't know what people are gonna think, and then I was like, oh, people do seem to like it.
Yeah. Like that audience showed up for it. I don't know. Is it in the top 25 anymore? Maybe it's not. Yeah, it's a little bit of a thing, but I this always felt like, let's take the assets that we already have. Let's take this team that we want to get up to speed on things. Let's make another thing. And if this thing sells, a few million copies, that'll be awesome. It has certainly already done that.
Sure.
But it's definitely going to be the thing where, yes, Elden Ring will continue to sell better than this game, the core Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree, over time. Like, I think this was expected. Night Rain was never going to replace Elden Ring as the game there. Elden Ring's like an all-timer, so yeah.
25,000 concurrent players on Steam.
That's respectable. That's like most people making games would kill to have their game have 25,000 concurrent players for sure. All right. Not much else out of the Circana report we're talking about. Me and Matt talked a lot more about it. So if you didn't hear that conversation, it's worth going to listen to. He was a really great guest. Unreal Engine 5 performance issues are mainly due to devs not optimizing properly. You know who said that? Epic CEO Tim Sweeney said that. It said not.
The
wasn't
motherfucker
me.
that makes this shit?
The guy that makes this shit
that's
said
crazy.
Maybe he could help them.
And he does eventually come around and say, after saying it's their fault, he's like, well, we might help them more. So I think this is a lot of people are kind of sniffing bullshit here. A big part of that is, Digital Foundry's kind of been on Epic's ass a little bit about some of these shader compilation issues that have been causing stuttering in a lot of games. And just overall, Unreal Engine 5 is used in a lot of big open world games, and almost every single one of them have performance issues of some kind. What is the most recent Unreal? It's Metal Gear, right? Metal Gear on PC uses Unreal Engine, and it's rough according to some people. And that's just people are expecting that now. And at a certain point, if you're Epic, you got to go, okay, if everyone's having an issue optimizing, maybe it's us. Like, maybe we're the common denominator here.
Oblivion was another kind of big one. It's just a lot of these games just feel so freaking heavy, and maybe he's onto something about people maybe aiming too high when they're making these things.
Complexity, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe it's because they can do all these things with Unreal Engine 5. Maybe they shouldn't. I don't know, but it's becoming an annoying problem. And if Unreal Engine is going to be the de facto whatever, I want to see more improvements come to the engine during its life cycle. I don't want to have to wait for Unreal Engine 6 to kind of hope that things get better here, because God knows when that's happening. So yeah, Unreal Engine 5, I kind of have like a negative sentiment about it right now. It's kind of weird.
Yep. You're right that it has become the de facto. Like, even Nintendo uses it in a lot of their games now, and those games also have performance issues. But that was on the Switch 1, so I think everyone's like, that's probably the Switch 1's fault. And those games run better on Switch 2. But it does feel like maybe some publishers are looking around being like, why are we always just going with Unreal? Why did we give up completely on this idea that we can make our own engine? And some are starting to turn back to that. Obviously, Capcom has done that for years now, but Bandai Namco's like, we're going to build one for our anime games. And it's like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. You make a lot of those, you know what you need, and you don't need a lot of the stuff that's in Unreal Engine. So just make that yourself, and you'll probably end up saving some money. But on the other hand, it's always like, it is difficult to get teams to work on these proprietary engines because they can be learning them. It does not transfer to something like Unreal, so it's harder to get other jobs. But that is maybe something these companies won't care about. All right, and then finally here on this list of stories we're going to talk about, Capcom apparently tried to remake Dino Crisis, but eventually canned it. This is one of those Dusk Golem rumors. Yeah, but it is based on something that I heard a couple years ago that, hey, they're remaking Dino Crisis. And that was a couple years ago. And then it went silent. And then we got Exoprimal. And I'm like, was this what I was hearing about? I don't think so. And I checked, and it was like, no, there was a separate Dino Crisis thing. But apparently it did not live up to what Capcom wanted. So they canned that. And that's in addition to several years before that, Capcom Vancouver, when that was still a thing, also tried to make a Dino Crisis game that got canned. So they've done this twice now. Mike, what do you think of that? And do you think they try a third time at some point?
The problem is that the expectations for a Dino Crisis remake are so astronomical because of the quality we generally get from the Resident Evil remakes, right? And they're not about to take that team or one of those teams to do Dino Crisis instead. Not yet. So you kind of have to go to another team.
Maybe they should.
Right? Yeah. So you go to the other team, and are they going to be able to match that quality? Maybe not. So it's a difficult proposition. There's a part of me, Jeff, and I think we talked before, that maybe it's, I know it's kind of ways off. Maybe once you cycle through all of these Resident Evil remakes, then you have that team do Dino Crisis, and it can be this big, awesome, expensive thing. Because otherwise, just hoping that kind of one of your other studios or some outside party can do it, maybe that's a difficult thing.
Yep. Yes, exactly. And while when I was talking about this with Sean, and we had a similar conversation a couple weeks ago, and we're saying, they do have their core games that they keep going back to, and that they have a good cadence with Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, a handful of things. And, they tried Dragon's Dogma and Devil May Cry, and they kind of went back and forth between those two, and they probably might continue doing that or letting that team try something else. Although the leader of that team did leave to go somewhere else. He's gone, but that team's still there, and they will continue doing something. It's like they probably do want to try to keep adding on new pieces to this new Capcom. And Dino Crisis feels like a good one to supplement what is happening with Resident Evil eventually, but there's no rush because they still have plenty of ground to cover with Resident Evil for the next several years. So don't rush Dino Crisis. Try to force it in here if it wasn't actually working out. And if you get a team eventually that can make Dino Crisis amazing, and they don't have a Resident Evil to work on because they've already conquered all those worlds, well, then at that point, try again. We'll see.
Speaking of rush, and I know normally I don't get too anxious about when's the next Mega Man game coming.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that will be a little salty if we got a Dino Crisis something before a new Mega Man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it does feel like they should just give Mega Man's fans a sign of life in the form of a game here in the next 3 years or something. Just try something again. Show that it's not all just a once a true game, now just a mascot, which is what it's starting to feel like it's slipping into.
Mascot compilations, yeah. Merchandise.
Yep. All right, that does it for the headlines I want to talk about. I'm sure the audience wants to talk about plenty of other things, though. We can do that with the Super Chats, which we're going to do right after this break. All right.
Break.
We can do it.
Cool. I'm good to go. How dare you? I'm assuming Sean.
Wow.
That was probably Sean.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, the Lions wish they could get Mika Parsons.
I
We kind of do, actually.
I don't care about football.
Yeah, no,
sport.
Yeah, that's fair. It's more of a competition than a sport. Okay, I'm going to bring us back. All right, we are back. Let's do some more deciding with these Super Chats. Mike, please, can you go ahead and read those for us?
Okay, got a bunch from Simon from Saskatchewan. First one here, Jeff, why didn't you use the run button in Trespasser?
Boy, that was the worst part of that game, is how slow it was. But, I mean, once you realize it's you are still kind of just the speed of all the dinosaurs, so when you're in a dangerous moment, as long as you can kind of give them a wide berth, in a lot of situations I was able to get away from them. It's yeah, it's slow, but it's not like the game is that big. But yeah, boy, it was frustrating. When I was lost and I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing, that's when that was truly infuriating. Where it's I just want to go check this thing over in that building over there, and it's going to take 5 minutes because I walk at the blistering speed of 3.
Simon from Saskatchewan also says, would you ever make someone play a Blight Club game they've already played before Blight Club was a thing? Jeff might need another copy of Balan Wonderland sent to him. He just got 3 more. I think he's good.
Yeah, and I think I have a total of 6 in this house now, and that's all just the physical versions. Yeah, no, I'm going to say no, because I don't want to play Balan Wonderworld again. I don't know. I'm sure there's a special circumstance in which this might happen.
Simon, again, do indies get a pass on Blight Club since they're lower budget? If not, you could do a season called Blindies. What do you think are some of the worst indies? Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's so many indies, and there's so many kind of shovelware, asset flip stuff on there that, yeah, it's terrible. how interesting is that? For some reason, bad indie games just don't seem super interesting to me right now. Maybe if I looked deeper, I'd see something there.
Yeah, I think it's not that they get a pass, but it's just different because a big name game or a big name company putting out something that is bad is inherently interesting because it's like, well, they had a lot of money and a lot of resources. What happened here? For an indie game, it's like, yeah, they just struggled to put something together. And but no, we'll definitely do so. Excuse me, like with the Steam slop, we'll get around to some of that stuff probably for a special segment at some point.
If you ask me, like, what's the worst indie game? I don't know. There's, like, really disappointing ones, like Sports Story, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. And that Sports Story would just be kind of a bummer to play. It's not...
a lot of talking.
Yeah, and it's just like, they're bad in that kind of way, where it's like, oh, this just didn't come together. They just missed the mark. Whereas a bad game from a big company just always feels like a catastrophe in a fun way.
Yeah, I guess, is Mighty Number 9 an indie game? I don't know. Boy, I thought I was getting that for a bit there. I thought I was getting that one.
Give it time.
Give me Virtual Highlight. I'll suck that baby up. And then Simon says, sorry, Jeff. Micah Parsons, a Packer. Go, Pack, go.
Yeah, I mean, good luck, you guys. You haven't beat the Lions in a long time, so we'll see.
Damn. The bravado. When is football starting? It's got to be soon. When's the first day?
College football starts this weekend, so does the NFL start next week? I think the NFL starts next weekend.
All right.
Well, the next Thursday, probably.
Blade Runner says, is the jalapeno the George Washington of peppers? It also has a Pokemon evolution in terms of Chipotle. We don't talk about that enough. Yeah, gosh, jalapeno. If you told somebody to draw a cartoon pepper, they're going to draw a jalapeno, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Just draw a pepper. Yeah. Maybe, who's the whitest president? Is it Jefferson? Is he because is that what the bell pepper is?
Yeah, okay, the whitest president on Mount Rushmore. Yeah, that's probably the bell pepper.
What's the whitest pepper? Yeah. Yeah, and then habaneros. They really had a big moment there. Habaneros.
Yeah, I think ghost pepper is too popular right now to be on the Mount Rushmore.
Too much of a fat.
Yeah,
I think they already made something like spicier than the ghost pepper, right?
They definitely have. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
So habaneros, jalapenos, bell peppers.
But
God, what's the
banana pepper?
Carolina Reaper, banana pepper. Gosh, maybe
just chili pepper. The Chili's pepper is the thing you would draw, and isn't that Chili's pepper kind of just a jalapeno?
I don't know.
Poblano pepper.
Oh, I like a poblano.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a big poblano fan.
Yeah,
so we'll go there. You know, we'll have to let them fight it out for number 4 there.
Sounds good.
Next up is from Minotti's Fruit Emporium. Here at Minotti's Fruit Emporium, we would like to recognize our new employee of the week, Jeff Grubb. Amazing work on your Blight Club game. Enjoy watching your coworkers suffer for the next few weeks. It could be what was the how long to beat situation on Virtual Highlight?
It's not long. I think it's like 4 hours or something like that. Let me see here.
Yeah, this is like really one of those you could get lost and not know what to do games, and it's randomly generated too. So yeah, there could be some wanderings.
I think it's going to be 2 episodes for you though. I think that's it, and you're going to welcome that because of your costume. So yeah.
Yeah, what night bullshit am I wearing? Because I've seen from what I remember, the best costume in this game. It basically looked like he was wearing like a tinfoil made sheet metal kind of something you would cook a roast turkey in. I don't know.
Look, if you're gonna, we're a real company. We're gonna do better than that. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Blade Runner says Jeff Gertzman would have pet the dog.
Oh, yes, definitely
on a PS5 Pro. Big Fresh 37 says sorry that Kirby didn't work online, but you know it does. Captain Toad.
Yeah, we do. We should still play Captain Toad co-op at some point.
David Ladlow says Abby Doobie. There's that again. What's Abby Doobie?
Didn't we figured it out last time, right? Or
immediately
maybe we didn't.
Forgot.
Yeah, I forgot too. I don't remember anything. I'm gonna Google it again. I don't think it's.
It won't help.
Abby Doobie. Here's a short guide for how to mod RoboCop robes. Okay, I don't know. Whatever.
See. Yeah. Yep. Is it that SNL Adam Sandler Abby Doobie maybe? Like,
Abby Doobie.
Come to the back of the boat. Yeah. It's SNL Celebrity Jeopardy. Okay, there we go. Nice Fruit Point says, I will stop this gag and change my name if this bothers Mike. We love you boys down here at Mania's Fruit Emporium. Keep up the great work. grape. Hey, look, you do whatever you want. You're sending in money. You do whatever you want to do. I can take it. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, Trider Wolf says, I just beat BioShock 2 in controversial take. I like it more than the first game. The combat's much better, and the story is really underrated. This take is becoming more and more
Really
common.
common.
Like, if you would ask somebody like a month after Infinite came out, everybody would be like, well, of course BioShock 2 is the last one. Now, it's often number 2, and a decent amount of time, number 1. So, yeah, BioShock 2 has been doing pretty well in the long run.
Yeah, did you play Minerva's Den, Uncharted Wolf?
Me.
Well, yeah.
I haven't.
I always meant to, because that's one of those DLCs that was like so lauded at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing where it's like always like, oh, it's the people who played Minerva's Den were like, no, this is actually the best BioShock. But now I'm starting to hear that for vanilla BioShock 2. So, yeah, weird.
I mean, I always liked vanilla BioShock 2. I think at times
Sure.
just like, I think we all knew like the actual, like the real BioShock thing was making the real sequel. And we were
Right.
kinda
That's
like,
that like poison things. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Next up is from Mafugli. What game is your hidden gem of the year so far? And mine is O. It's an
Yeah.
O and then 2 O's.
Right. So I know about this game because someone said that the name, the O with the umlaut, so it's got the 2 dots above it, and then the 2 other smaller O's is what the main character looks like, because the main character is like a little caterpillar sort of guy, and he's got 2 antennae on his big head. So the O is supposed to be his body, and the first one's his head with the antenna. So
Okay. Puzzle. Apparently it's like a Metroidvania puzzle platformer kind of thing. It looks kind of cute.
yeah, I've heard
Gosh,
good things about it.
I guess the game I like the most here, I haven't heard that many people talk about, is 2 Point Museum, which, it just has kind of a different audience than I think, the usual for our audience and my peers. But boy, I like that game a lot, and I'm still thinking about play. But they added, you can build a retro arcade into your museums now.
Oh, really?
Which I hope it's them testing the waters for 2 Point Arcade, which I
Yeah.
think would be a fantastic idea for another game.
Have they done 2 Point Theme Park yet?
No, part of me's like, I don't know if I need them to do. I bet they'd have a fun spin on it, but Planet Coaster.
I don't even know if I
good.
want them to do a coaster park. I want them to just like theme park and like get weird with that, like other kinds of theming.
No, you're right. Because theme park was definitely more about the management stuff, and was less about designing coasters. You did do that, but that wasn't the whole thing there. No, there's been 2 Point Hospital, 2 Point Campus, and now 2 Point Museum.
Was it my favorite hidden gem of the year? Wordplay. That's one that doesn't get talked about too much, and it's a decent one of those Balatro likes.
BioShock 2's multiplayer is made by Digital Extremes. That's incredible.
Whoa,
That's
weird.
Interesting. Okay. True Fernie did a 100-mile bike race last weekend and listened to you all for most of it. Thank you for the company. You are my favorite couple in gaming. P.S. Pija.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us on your long ride, True Fernie.
That's a strong word.
That's a spicy meatball. Spicy. Or spicy.
That is like saying like cock, but like it's more aggressive.
Really?
Oh, it's an actual word. Oh.
Okay.
So why are you blushing so much? I dropped a chip. I hate that. Vamp, I want to find this chip.
Okay, yeah, sure. So our friend Mike wants me to just kind of kill time.
They're so far away. I see another chip I lost too back there. I'll get him some other time. Spiky NDS says, Switch 2 dev kit theory. Nintendo wants to support Switch 1 as their $50 to $60 game system, and Switch 2 is a $70 to $80 system, so they can fill their previous handheld spot.
Yeah, I mean, I do get the sense that there's like some strategy that Nintendo has in its head with this, and this is probably along the correct way of thinking. I just don't know if it's exactly right, and it's like I don't know. There are going to be plenty of studios who continue to put out games for the Switch 1 because it has 150 million people on it. So and those games work on Switch 2. So if you don't need the Switch 2's extra power, it just makes a lot of sense. So I don't get Nintendo trying to manipulate their way into getting more of those. It's weird.
Ann Dresser 305 Miami says, first, y'all give War of the Worlds 5 stars. Okay, I want to clarify something here. I have never rated War of the Worlds. I just said I enjoyed it.
5
Jeff's
stars.
The one who gave it 5 stars. Then Grubb says that Dino Crisis remake is canceled. It truly is the end of days. Thank you guys for making every day better in these shitty times. Baba Booey.
Yeah, we'll do our best. I'm sorry about the bad news, but I'm not sorry about giving War of the Worlds 5 stars. Christian, I'll do it again every day.
You fucking criminal.
I'll do it every day.
Matt Rare Monkey says Uma is a good game. Also for hidden gem of the year from so far, it's Face Minder. I didn't say Uma's not a good game. I'm just saying, don't. Don't.
You say NL is a bad person. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying it's not a real game. No, just don't come at Metroidvanias if that's what you enjoy. I don't know. That's all.
And then what's Face Miner?
I was about to look up what is Face Miner.
I don't know.
Face Miner. You don't get caught up.
It's just like it's just that build a biometric data harvesting empire from scratch in Face Miner, the hardcore thriller clicker set in 1999. Sounds interesting.
Windows 98 games, like, right?
Yeah, it is. Neat. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, I'll try this. That looks cool.
Pimp Pit says update from Tuesday about Star Citizen. It's actually in a decent playable state now and getting better. Highly recommend watching the Squadron 42 demo. Yeah, you asked about that on Tuesday. Yes. And I think the game is pretty decently along somehow. So yeah, there it is.
Well, they only have like $2 billion. So.
Lazy Stegosaurus says Parsons to the pack, king of the North. Lions window closing fast. Go pack, go.
I mean, I won't disagree with the window. Yeah, the window's always closing fast. It's the NFL. That's how it works. Well, let's see what happens this season.
And Bruce, this is very off topic. What are they going to do with GTA Online with 6? Seems like a lot to move the huge player count with the current online pen is.
Yeah, I really don't know. They have not said a single thing about it. And it's like, that is the biggest, honestly, it's the biggest question in gaming right now. What the fuck is GTA Online 2? Is there even a GTA Online 2? Is it GTA Online 2.0? Probably not, but I mean, they haven't said anything about it. Is it included in the package? Is it what? Oh, yeah. Role playing will definitely factor into it heavily. Yeah, absolutely. They bought that thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I really do not know what to expect from that in any way. Doesn't feel like there's any good answer there because no matter what, I bet there's going to be people who are unhappy with what they decide to do with GTA Online 2.
And then Blade Runner says, oh shit, I forgot. There's been a big development in the fake cheese world. Those Ritz, spicy, cheddar cheese sandwich crackers are amazing.
It sounds pretty good. I can't eat that cheese or I'll die. Not really, but I'm allergic to it.
All right, thank you, Blade Runner, for the cheese updates. Fake cheese updates. Appreciate it. Jeff, that's it for the Super Chats for now. Everybody, if you want to send any more Super Chats, we will read them before the end of the show. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for your support through Super Chats. Any way that you support us, telling a friend, all that stuff is great. We appreciate it. We'll read the rest, as Mike said, before the end, if we get any more. All right, let's take another break. We got to get set up for our game this week, which is us going into a draft, and we're going to make the best Metal Gear game that we possibly can. We'll get into that right after this.
This is a good draft. This is going to be a good draft, everybody.
Buckle up. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I pick ahead, and it's they did a good job, Joyce.
Did you put it in the thing here?
It is on the.
Oh, I see it.
Yep.
All right, let me get it set up. Oop, sorry, everybody. Let's see here. All right, let's get this into this. Gotta make this longer. Okay.
All right.
Okay, that looks good. I should be able to just put that right into here.
Remember to be frugal with your...
Oh, no.
with your money in this game, with your budget.
All right, there's that. Okay, I think we got it all nice and framed up. Get Mike's face appropriately framed up when he gets back.
It looks correct.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking forward to playing this game.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I pick ahead, and this is gonna be a nice. It was gonna be a fun one.
Okay.
For sure. Mike is here. Fixes his
Nice.
face.
It's really cool out. I'm gonna have a pumpkin spice beer.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like
It
low
was hot
60s.
today here.
Yeah, we had really nice weather today. Really
Oh, the
appreciate it.
chips. Do you have a link to
The
this thing for me?
summer is coming.
It's in the dock.
Oh, nice. That's a good place for it.
Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
I
your
like that.
chips.
Okay. We are
pick up your chips, Mike?
looking good and set up
Okay,
now.
later.
Yeah, he's gonna get them. Okay. I am ready if you boys are ready.
I am ready.
Okay. Let me make sure I got this thing right in front of me. Okay, let's do it. I'm bringing us back. All right, we're back. Mike Minotti, we are going to draft a Metal Gear game. This is when you and I take turns drafting different pieces of a video game to build the ultimate version of that video game. This time it is for Metal Gear. There are some rules here. I'll read them real quick and then we'll get into it. So this is the Tactical Drafting Action Metal Gear Draft, created by Joy Z. Thank you so much, Joy Z. Pick a name for your Metal Gear Solid game and write them in the white boxes to the left and right. Take turns buying parts for your game. The person who most recently did something sneaky goes first. After round one, whoever currently has the lowest budget buys first. If tied, the person who bought second last round buys first. Once a part is bought, it cannot be bought by the other player. If you run out of budget, you must buy the $1 option and go negative. If both players run out of budget, both can purchase it. Okay. So, Mike, I think, I'll let you say, have you done anything sneaky recently?
Boy, I'm not a particularly sneaky person. Honestly, I'm kind of loud and lumbering.
You also live by yourself. I last night made some ramen for myself, and I didn't want anyone to know about it, so I did it quietly, and I think that qualifies.
Mm-hmm.
So
You got this one for sure.
Okay, all right, I'll go first, and my name is, let's see here. Okay.
I will be sending this video to Chef Wives.
Can I? No, please don't. Why won't it let me type in this box? Is it? Oh, it's view only. Okay. Request edit.
Oh, it's view only?
Request edit access. Let's see here. Okay, no, I can request this from Christian. So I'm requesting Christian to get me edit.
It gave me access too.
You have the correct...
Probably, yeah, no, I'm using Grubb at GameMess.net. Yeah.
But
I can create a copy.
Link.
I can create a copy.
You got the link from the...
Yeah, I got the link from the thing. I'm just going to create a copy.
From the rundown?
From the rundown. It says Christian is in charge of it. All right, let's see here. Tell me if it's still framed up.
Oh, I got it.
That's too late
Sorry,
now.
my bad.
I made a copy. All right.
No, I failed.
Metal Gear.
Send me a link to the copy, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, shit. Let's see
I
here.
saved myself out. Bye-bye, everybody.
We'll forgive you, Christian.
Don't win.
I mean, I do. I guess I don't speak for Jeff. He seems pretty mad.
I'm furious.
I did
Let's see
miss that.
here. Link. All right, and then...
and YouTube crash.
hell
Everything
yeah.
is falling apart, everybody, all at once.
Hell yeah. All right.
Life is a lie.
Mike, I'm sending
Entropy.
it to your email. Your
I should
your Gmail.
fix it. It's just literally fix.
Okay, my
This is
game's
first-
name is Metal Gear Solid, but extra stupid this time. All right, Mike.
Is that even possible?
We'll find out.
You mean you emailed it to me?
I emailed it to you. Yes. Well, because
Yeah,
your shit in Discord never works, so I never know. Well,
well, you can DM it to me there. There it is.
yeah, but if I DM, then I go off your face, and people might see our DMs. It's a whole thing.
I was gonna say that, like you emailed it to me.
Look, I'm 75 years old. I use email. All right.
You sure you don't want to snail mail it? You can get a postage.
Let me write it down one character at a time on this piece of notepaper and send that to you. Mike, what's your fucking game name?
I'm not allowed to write in this.
Oh, okay. Hang on. That was my
Request
bad.
edit accent.
No.
Okay.
Refresh. Maybe
Oh
it
my
should
God.
work now.
All right, I'll reload.
I can't believe how bad you are at this. Wow.
The funny part is now I don't have a copy to
Hey,
take a screenshot.
Hang on.
for the
I'll send it to you too.
it's
Hang
working.
on.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on.
Okay, got it.
Okay. You got to press enter to like make your name appear or whatever. Let's see here.
All right, I think I got it.
Christian, I'm sending it to your Game Mess email. Yes, also I am emailing you. Metal Gear Sonic. Okay, that's fantastic. All right, let's get to the first round here. Our first round is leading man. Mike, you want to read it for everybody? Can you see everything all right?
Absolutely. So for our leading man, we could spend $1 to get Raiden, $2 to get Old Snake, $3 for Venom Snake, $4 from Naked Snake, and $5 for Solid Snake.
Okay, I am going first, and I do want to save my money because our budget looks pretty limited. We only have $28 each. That's just not a lot, Mike, but I do think having Solid Snake will make a difference as someone who's not played all those other ones that don't have Solid Snake necessarily. So maybe I'm wrong, and I think I'm player 2, right? So I am going to select Solid Snake for $5. That leaves me with $23. I don't feel good about that, but I feel like I have to do this. Mike, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, look, Solid Snake he's the best one. Character-wise, absolutely. I think I might need to get the fastest character here, and I think all these other guys are too old and smoke too much, right? They have absolutely no endurance.
And they have stupid human legs, yeah.
Yeah, they can't do short distance running, can't do the long distance. Raiden, who's a cyborg and young, probably
and
pretty
$1
freaking fast. Yes, and cheap. So let's get Raiden. Sure.
All right, I think that was the right move there, Mike. I'm happy with my pick. I think you had the counter pick there.
Yes, all right, good for Metal Gear Sonic. Did I even say the name of my game? I think you just read it last. It's Metal Gear Sonic.
Yes, he's going for Metal Gear Sonic, everybody. Instead of Metal Gear Solid, you see. Co-star. Mike, what do we have here?
For your co-stars, for $1, you can get Otacon. For $2, you get Cyborg Raiden. Okay, I guess I'm mostly human Raiden. Number 3, Iroquois Pliskin. Number 4, D-Dog. For number 5, Major Ocelot.
Yeah, this is one I'm not sure how much any of this moves the needle. And again, my familiarity with Metal Gear fans and what things they prioritize here.
I should have an advantage here. I've actually played all these games.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know what people really are into as well. Yeah. You made a whole Plinkett style video for Metal Gear Solid 2. You really know this shit, so let's see here.
He knows this shit, even though he should say like I only have mostly cyborg.
Human.
It didn't specify which Raiden was.
Well, everybody knows that he wasn't a cyborg at all on Metal Gear Solid 2.
I didn't know that. All right, so let's go with I don't know, Cyborg Raiden for $2. I like Otacon though. I'll go with Cyborg Raiden. I feel like that undoes some of yours there. It feels like the right counter pick.
Yeah. Who has the most Tails energy is my question. Is my question here. I don't think it's Ocelot or Iroquois Pliskin. There's a fucking dog here.
Yeah, it's dog or Otacon. Otacon is like a human miles per hour.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, too. I like Otacon.
Yeah, me too.
Every time I replay Metal Gear Solid, I intentionally give up during the interrogation so that I can end the game with Otacon instead of that hussy Meryl. So yeah, I think I'm getting what I want for pretty cheap so far. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Otacon.
Yeah, no, I think that's the move. I love Otacon, but we'll see. All right,
like a top tier video game sidekick, I would say.
Yeah,
the best moment of Metal Gear Solid 2 is when Solid Snake and Otacon do their secret best friend handshake. It's awesome.
All right, Femme Fatale. This is our third round. Mike, what do we have here?
Alrighty, we've got for $1 Emma Emmerich, For $2, Naomi Hunter. For number 3, Meryl Silverberg. Yeah, I just call her Meryl. Number four. For $4, Quiet. And for $5, Ava.
All right. So I have $21. You have $26. So I'm still going first. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with the one that I recognize and is also the cheapest, and also one that I like a lot. She's got that scene where he looks at her butt, right? That was Meryl, I believe. So Meryl Silverberg is gonna join my team over here.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I still like Meryl quite a lot. I thought she was really fun in Metal Gear Solid 1. Okay, who's the most? Not Amy coded, because that
who's the most Amy coded human girl that would kiss Sonic?
Well, I was thinking Rouge the Bat, and if that's the case, then absolutely we're taking Quiet. So you know what?
Honestly,
I think I'll just do
Ava's even very Rouge the Bat coded as well. All right.
You know what? Personality-wise, she is. You're helping me. That's right. She basically has the same exact personality as Rouge, now that I think about it. Her breasts aren't as large, though.
That's right, and that's a huge failing of her character.
Well, in terms of being closer to Rouge, we'll take Ava. Quite actually weirds me out a little bit. It's too much. Just looking at this, I feel a bit indecent.
You will regret your words indeed.
Did you do it, Mike? Did you click it?
I sure did, buddy.
Oh, it does. It's not updating here, so I'm gonna do it for you as well. Oh, nope, it's not doing anything.
Why don't you refresh it real quick? Maybe it'll update.
Refresh.
Then.
Can't sync your changes. Okay. Well, that explains it. Let me try to refresh it and see if that fixes it. That was my idea. Oh, it's because it logged me out. Sweet. Oh, cool. I got to show my password to everybody. I love Google Web Services are just the best. All right, give me a second here. It's good that people give us a lot of leeway on this one on account of it being our first episode ever.
Yeah. Google saw Quiet and was like, "What are you doing here, buddy?"
All right, I got to look up my password. Hang on. So vamp for me this time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's fucked up that Mike didn't know that Raiden wasn't a cyber on Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, that was real embarrassing. I'll tell you what, Emma Emmerich is the worst $1 choice I think I've ever seen in these games. Sorry, Emma.
All right.
Absolutely not.
Let me...
Yeah, Bump. It's bisexual.
Okay.
Could have at least done
That's
like,
true.
I don't know, Paz or something. But then I get weirded out thinking about what they did to her.
Oh,
All right.
All right,
back.
We're back, and I think we are still looking good in terms of that game being all set up correctly. Man in the chair, Mike, go ahead and read what we have here.
All right, for $1, you can get the Colonel. For $2, Hal Emmerich. For $3, Ocelot. For $4, Zero. And for $5, Roy Campbell.
All right, I have $18.
For people who are confused, for $1, it's the Colonel from Metal Gear Solid 2. For $5, Roy Campbell from Metal Gear Solid. There is a difference.
All right, so you have 21, I have 18. I'm still going first.
You're still going first.
We're only on round 4. There is a lot going on here. I'm getting the sense. Is there a chance like one of these? Because Joy Z's done some interesting stuff recently, where like we got cursed. I wonder if there's going to be a chance to like win money back at some point. But I'm not going to count. I'm not going to count on that. And I am just going to save money, and I'm going to go with the Colonel, because I just don't know if that's going to make much of a difference. Look, I would like to spend money on Ocelot, I think, but I'm going to save my money and hope that I can make a bigger impact with this money later. So I'm going $1, the Colonel from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay. Yeah, not bad. I think it's a little weird if I have Hal Emmerich and Otacon. That's the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Ocelot is good as we get. This is specifically the Metal Gear Solid 5 version of Ocelot. He's oddly boring and chill in that game. He doesn't have much of a personality. It's very strange. So I don't know. Zero. Who's the most Knuckles coded? I guess. Maybe it is Ocelot.
I think it's Ocelot. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I take Ocelot just because of his Knuckles-ness. Because, I don't know, Roy Campbell's too expensive. It's just too similar to yours. Zero.
I like Ocelot.
I like Ocelot. Zero doesn't remind me of any Sonic characters. So
again, a huge failing.
We'll go with Ocelot. Ooh, maybe I should have taken Zero just to match you in terms of price, finally. That's okay.
That's okay.
Right now, I have $18 left. You have $17 left. You still get to go first.
All right. It looks like we do have a bonus round here. Let's see how this is going to work. So, VR training. Choose one piece of equipment to receive VR training with for free. Player who most recently used a VR headset picks first.
Man.
I used a VR headset within the last week.
Well, I'm fucked.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, look at that. For the bandana, I get $5. Stealth camouflage, $1 and $2 options are now free. Pack of cigarettes. You can look all future numbered tabs, or you can look all future, i.e., not tab M or any past 10.
Yeah, you can get feature categories ahead of time.
Okay. Gentleman's Magazine. You can always choose to draft first. Man. Or Solution Radar. No obvious use yet.
I think it's Soliton Radar, not to...
Yeah, no, it's fine. You're right. There is no Tion. Yeah, Soliton Radar is what that word just says. Note, the bandana and stealth camo will be applied automatically. Others must be used manually. Okay, so that makes sense. Boy, bandana, I would like to just have $5. Like, I don't have that $5, and it'd be nice to just have that $5. The 1-2 options are now free, will add up, but like I like to have the option that $5 gives me. But let's see, do any of these other ones, like, is Soliton Radar going to really pay off later? Is it going to make a huge difference in the end? I don't know.
We don't know what it is.
I feel like I got to go with. I'm going to go with the $5.
Okay. Part of me was going to think about Jones Magazine, but now you have so much more money than me. Maybe I might want to. You know what? I mean, somebody's got to see what the Soliton Radar is going to do, right? Someone's got to see.
I would choose the Soliton Radar and just kind of like, it's a big gamble, but I bet it pays off.
It's very good in the video games Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, I'll take the Soliton Radar.
All right, there we go. Okay, that means now we are finally getting on to round 5, which is the enemy unit. Mike, what do we have for enemy unit?
For enemy units, you have for $1 the Parasite unit from Metal Gear Solid 5. We all remember them. For number 2, the Being the Beast unit from Metal Gear Solid 4. For $3, the Dead Cell from Metal Gear Solid 2. For $4, you got Cobra unit from Metal Gear Solid 3, and for $5, Foxhound from Metal Gear Solid. Okay, perfectly priced out, by the way. Very well done here, Joy Z.
Your first, Mike, 18 versus 22.
Yeah. Again, which one most reminds me of a Sonic the Hedgehog staple of villains? God, it might be Dead Cell. I mean, they have a guy there called Fat Man who basically looks like Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, that's Dr. Robotnik right there.
They do just have a Dr. Robotnik. So, I mean, Cobra Unit and Foxhound are just better. Foxhound is very good. I feel like you're probably going to take Foxhound because it's great, and it'll be a smart thing to do. So, I could either just stop you, and that's a lot of money. And unlike you, I didn't get a free $5. I'm not able to afford Foxhound right now. I think I'll just go with Dead Cell.
Yeah, I was going to go with Foxhound. They're just the best and very cool and super memorable, and I love them. And yeah, I'm going to add them. I was going to say none of this is really adding up to being Metal Gear, but extra stupid. But yes, it is because it's Metal Gear. So yeah, this is totally...
that part's automatic.
This part's automatic.
Yeah, we'll see how much my gimmick theme helps me out.
Yeah,
here.
Right. I'm entertained right now, but I think we found out like by the time the voting happens, how much does that really matter? I have no idea.
It helps with people who are watching this when we go on like Blue Sky and people with no context. Again, not as much.
Yeah. All right, let's go to round 6. This time we're picking our boss. Who's going to be the boss, everybody? And Mike, we have a bunch of options here. Go ahead and read them off.
For $1, you can get Man on Fire. For $2, Volgin. For $3, Vamp. For $4, Olga Gurlukovich. And for $5, Gray Fox.
Shit. You go first. You have $15. I have $17.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Gray Fox is the best.
Yeah.
And he's a fox like Tails.
Right. So is this your evil? Has Tails ever been evil in the game?
No.
Is it metal? Is there metal Tails like Metal Sonic or whatever?
I mean, there is as like a side character thing. I just think there's 2 good upsides in Gray Fox. I mean, I'll tell you what. I think this one's actually a pretty big difference. I mean, Volgin's okay. Man of Fire, Olga don't do much. Vamp, I don't know. It's funny how he's named Vamp because he's bisexual, apparently. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah. This might be my last $5, but I'm going to take Gray Fox.
Yeah, I think Gray Fox is the obvious go-to here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so shadow-coded.
Yep. Yeah. There you go. Okay. I do think that I will go with. I'll go with Vamp.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Yeah, that is extra stupid. Let's go. I like it.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Round 7. Who's our big
Round 7.
boss? Mike.
Oh,
please.
okay, so yeah, here's our final boss here. I have $10. You have 14. For $1, you get Skullface. For $2, Solidus Snake. For $3, The Boss. For $4, Liquid Ocelot. For $5, Liquid Snake. Okay. God, Liquid Snake is great. I just don't really think I can. After spending $5 last one, I don't know if I can justify another $5. That's a lot. That is a ton. Skullface weirds me out because of the things he did in Ground Zeroes. It's not. Tell you what, not kid friendly for my nice Sonic the Hedgehog game. Liquid Ocelot. Between the boss or Solidus Snake.
Now, which one is more Dr. Eggman?
Oh, I got it. I know this is easy. Solidus Snake was the president of the United States, who is also a character in Sonic Adventure 2. So this choice was actually made for me.
Right, Obama.
Solidus Snake.
Right, yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah, I'll use my extra cash here. Like, I still want to save some, but no, Liquid Snake is that awesome, so I'll go with Liquid Snake. All right, 3 rounds left here. We are now on round 8. Metal Gear. Mike, what do we have?
All right, we have $1 the Gecko from Microsoft 4. For $2, Shagohod. For $3, the Salanthropus from Microsoft 5. For $2, Metal Gear Ray. And for $5, Metal Gear Rex.
Mike has 8. I have 9. Mike's going first. Let's see where he goes with his pick.
Boy, Ray and Rex are so much cooler than the other ones.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what. Ray looks the most Sonic the Hedgehog coded for. Like, Ray could absolutely be a boss of Sonic Adventure.
I'm pretty sure I saw Ray in Sonic Frontiers.
I think I've seen Ray. So, I like Rex even a little bit more, but it's a little bit more expensive. There's still a couple rounds left, and I'm going to get some cheap options going forward. I'm a little screwed here. Hopefully my Soliton radar comes into effect. We'll see. But yeah, I think I gotta have Ray.
Yeah, this is tough because I am at a point where it's like, do I want to try to? Because I do think like Gecko is stupid, and like that would be fun for my extra stupid Metal Gear. But I might, that ship might have sailed. I might have to just like make a good Metal Gear game and throw the stupid on top in some different way. And I do have enough money for now. And it's like, it's not like I'll be far behind you. We'll both have $4. So I'm going to go with Rex. I just think Rex is too cool to pass up.
Yeah. Did we skip this M? This
I was about to
mission?
say that. Yeah, Chef,
We did?
You skipped M. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Okay. We'll just see what happens if we do it this way. Sneaking mission. Choose a box to hide in. Player who most recently held a cardboard box goes first. If you have the Soliton radar, that player secretly views the box tab below before either player picks.
Oh, this is where it comes in.
Yeah. All right. So, Mike, I think you can look at each of those things to see what's in there. Do you want to like click on each one and like make a grunting sound for the audio listeners?
No. Mike, look at the tabs. There's one tab that says box. You can click
Okay,
on
that's
that
how
one.
this works. I see. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Now,
Okay.
Okay, so if you wait,
Should I close my eyes and click on box so people can see what Mike's seeing?
Well, I might get to go first now. Wait a second.
You do get to go first, I
Just
think.
let it
Yeah.
go first. Yeah.
No, well, when did you last hold a cardboard box?
Oh, right. I hold a cardboard box today when I got the Amazon packages off the porch. But that was like yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. My Crohn's medicine Skyrizi came in today, and I was handling that cardboard box.
Okay.
This was around.
I got mine at like right after GMM, so it would have been around noon.
Oh, mine was like at 3. Idiot.
Fuck. All right, fine. All right, you get to go first. And I was gonna say, like, I can like close my eyes and click on this box thing, and you can, so everyone can see what you're seeing. You've already seen though. You already know what's in there. You're good to go.
Well, I get to pick. I also get to pick 2 boxes that have the Soliton, so this is very good. All right,
Wait, is that what it means? If you have the Soliton radar, the player views the box tab below before either player picks. Why do you get to pick 2?
Let's see. Your Sultan Raider allows you to pick first, overriding the magazine. You also get to pick 2 boxes, both before the other player. All right.
I don't see where it says that. Okay. Yeah.
It says it in my box tab that you're not allowed to look at.
Okay. Shit. All right.
All right. So I am going to select. Let me make sure I got the right one here. This one and look at that. I got $5.
Shit. Okay. I'm sure you were a good sport and left me something though. So let's see here. What about this love pack, Mike? What do you think about that one?
Pretty sexy looking box there.
Or what about this weird green one that kind of looks like a watermelon? Okay, he's not going to help me. I'll just pick at random. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its tail. If it hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Close call, nothing happens. Shit!
Hey, to be clear, by far the best of those choices there.
Oh, really? Okay, so what were the other ones? Should we click on box to see what it were?
You can click now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can click it now.
The other one would have taken $2 away from you, giving it to me, and the other one you would have just lost $2. So
wow, okay, man, that's okay. That
you
was
actually got lucky.
Good catch-up mechanics there. All right, so that means now we're on to mission 9, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Wow, I get to go first, and you have a lot more money than me, so I gotta hope.
I have $10 now.
Yep.
You only have 4.
I have 4. Okay, so Mike, read what we have here for the MacGuffin.
All right, the MacGuffins are for $1 the vocal cord parasite from MGS5, for $2 Fox Die, for $3 the Philosopher's Legacy, for $4 the S3 plan from Metal Gear Solid 2, and for $5 Outer Heaven from Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh man, that stinks. I would like to have Outer Haven, but I can't afford it. So I don't know if any of these other ones do anything for me. They don't. They don't do anything for me. But
I feel like you don't even know what a lot of these things are.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what a lot of these things are. You know, I guess I vaguely remember. No, I don't remember Fox Die. I won't lie. I don't remember Fox Die either.
You don't know what the Bulbakia parasite vocal cord is?
I mean, no, but I'm gonna pick that one because it's only $1, and I want to save some money for the last round. So yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Okay, I can pick anything here. The Philosopher's Legacy is just a lot of money. It's the most tangible. Fox Die is just a thing that kills select people if you're near them and they're on the list. So, yeah, S3 plan is, I still barely understand it. Outer Haven, also barely understand. You know what? I'm going to go with the Philosopher's Legacy. It's all about money.
All right.
It's all about the money.
Well, if I did play Metal Gear Solid 1 and 5, so I did play some Metal Gear something. I just haven't played a lot of these other ones. And I don't remember Metal Gear Solid all that well. It was a long time ago. Okay, so that means we are on round 10 here. Theme song, shit. Okay. Let's see here. Mike, go ahead and read what we have here for theme song. I think I'm kind of screwed here.
I know all these songs pretty well. Number 1 is Father and Son from Metal Gear Solid 4. For $2, The Best Is Yet to Come from Metal Gear Solid. For $3, Sins of the Father from Metal Gear Solid 5. For $4, the main theme from Metal Gear Solid 2. And for $5, Snake Eater from Snake Eater.
I would very much like to have Snake Eater. I only have $3 though. So this is tough. I guess I'll go with The Best Is Yet to Come from Metal Gear Solid.
That's a great song.
Yeah, for sure. I do like that. Okay, Mike, your choice.
Yeah, I mean, look, I want either the main theme from Metal Gear Solid 2 or Snake Eater. I love that main theme a lot. Gosh, it's so freaking good. I do like Sins of the Father. That's actually a very good song. I can have anything I want. Snake Eater is so goofy. I think it's definitely the most popular. It's going to get me probably the most attention.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, it's also it is basically, it's like 6 stages removed from being a Crush 40 song.
Yeah, sure. They are. They're in the same genus. Yeah.
Yeah. So look, we'll just spend our money here. Even though like part of me thinks I would prefer Metal Gear Solid 2 main theme, I think I'll get Snake Eater.
All right. So that takes us to our screenshot here, which has our teams put together. Mike, why don't you go ahead and read your team for Metal Gear Sonic?
Yes, my leading man is Raiden. The co-star is Otacon. The femme fatale is Ava. Man in the chair is Ocelot. The enemy unit is Dead Cell. The boss is Gray Fox. The big boss is Solid Snake. The Metal Gear is Ray. The MacGuffin is the Philosopher's Legacy, and the theme song is Snake Eater.
Metal Gear Solid, but extra stupid this time. The leading man is Solid Snake with a co-star Cyborg Raiden. Femme Fatale is Meryl Silverberg. The man in the chair is the Colonel. Enemy unit is Foxhound. The boss is Vamp, but the big boss is Liquid Snake. The Metal Gear is Rex, or I should say Metal Gear. And then the MacGuffin is Vocal Cord Parasite, and our theme song is The Best Is Yet to Come from Metal Gear Solid, a seminal hit of its time. All right, we will go and have some voting now. We'll get this posted onto social media. We'll see what everyone thinks about our games here. Mike, how are you feeling about yours?
I feel pretty good. I guess I don't know. Even when I invoke Sonic, some people dislike Sonic so much that they might just vote against it. I can never tell
Right.
if people will be up for the joke or not on this one. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm all things considered, I'm pretty happy with my team, but I do think we're pretty even here. There's a lot of cool shit in Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's almost hard to accidentally make a bad Metal Gear game this way. Oh, the individual elements are so fun.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so like I said, we'll let the voting commence. We'll take a break. We'll come back, talk about what we've been playing, clear up the super chats. We'll get the results. We'll find out who's going to win this one right after this.
I wonder how well you're going to do just because you have Solid Snake and I have Raiden.
Right, that like makes a huge difference.
People
a
take
lot
that
of times.
seriously.
Yep,
right?
exactly.
I'm cooking the
Yeah, I'm going to be
thread right now.
All right.
412 is that?
All right, I'm posting that onto Blue Sky. Post it onto Twitter because that actually has a poll system. Only reason to use Twitter.
Don't post in the thread yet. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna delete you.
Oh shit, guys! Don't cross them.
Still.
Those are always very fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I meant to say, Joy Z, just incredible work.
Yeah, it's really good.
The VR mission, the boxes, that just really putting in the work that time. That was really fun.
It's actually insane how much this is like playing an actual game.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Let's look at this math tab real quick. Look at all this. This is crazy.
There's a spoiler tab which filled with things in case we didn't know, but don't worry. I know that the Philosopher's Legacy is the main objective of the mission. I know Major Tom also goes by Zero. I know these things.
He knows these things, everybody. So it was an unfair fight from the beginning, is what I want to say. Okay.
The poll is up.
Fantastic. Let me get OBS back up so I can... Yeah, we'll leave that up for a little bit.
I'm going to put the link on the chat. For people that's on the Discord, you can just click that link and it will take you to the poll.
Okay. Let's bring it back. Mike, you ready?
Yep.
All right, we're back. Voting is happening right now. Christian got the poll posted, so in our Discord, the tabulations are happening. They're checking hanging tads. What is that there?
Chads.
Chads, thank you. Also tads, maybe. Well, that's what we have here.
Nah, it's Chads.
Yeah, and that's also a topical reference, so I get it wrong, and it's from 25 years ago.
The hottest references from the year 2000.
Great stuff here on this show. Mike, what have you been playing?
A bit. I did continue the 2019 Apology Tour with Slay the Spire.
Ooh, okay. This is one I feel bad about missing. How are you finding Slay the Spire?
I really liked it. So I got really mad at first because my first run, I actually got to the final boss, and I was like one turn away from being able to kill him, and then he took me out. So I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
So I did a second run. It was no good. So third run, I went back to my strategy from the first run, which was basically building up defense that I can then use as offense.
Okay.
And that time I just had an insane build going, and I went all the way, and I beat my first run there on try 3, and it felt very good. I actually played a run offline with like a different character I unlocked. I immediately get the appeal of this game. It's also nice because like it does remind me of playing Hearthstone, which is something I did for a long
Yeah.
time, but it's kind of annoying to keep up with it. I'm like, oh, here's one of these games where I don't have to buy 3 expansions worth of booster packs every year or stuff like that, right? This is just a full game right here. I don't have to wait for the other player to take their turn. Maybe this is better.
I like this. I especially like hearing that you're good at it, because that really gives credit to you talking your shit earlier about Northern Lion and Metroidvanias, because this is his genre. He loves shit like this. So you're like, oh yeah, I know those games, and you don't know what you're talking about. I like it. That's fun. I love Northern
I don't know
Lion.
this person. Maybe they're a nice person.
Oh, they're nice. Yeah, they're great. Northern Lion's awesome.
Come here, come and debate me.
I'm okay. So you were into this one. Have you seen any of these other ones? Monster Train. I know. Slay the
I was
Spire
just looking at screenshots on Monster Train 2 because I think it's on sale on Switch right now, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that looks a lot like Slay the Spire, even more than I was expecting, and people like that one. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. Though it feels like, boy, I still have so much more I can explore in Slay the Spire. I want to beat it with other characters.
Now that you have a momentum going in that one, you might as well continue it. And it is the one that everyone seems to still consider to be the best. So, can you just describe the loop for me one more time, really quick, just so I can try to get a good handle on it?
I mean, yeah, so you start with very basic cards in your deck, 5 attack cards deal 5 damage to an enemy, 5 defense cards give yourself 5 block, so you absorb damage. And then each time you kind of go up this map with branching paths, and sometimes you'll fight an enemy, sometimes you'll go to a shop, sometimes you'll fight a boss.
Sure.
You fight a boss, you get a relic, and that can be your jokers, right?
Right.
From thing. Right. So, every time you beat an enemy, you could add a card to your deck. So you start fishing for cards that are going to synergize with the sort of deck you want to build out, while also hoping to get artifacts that can work with that. So it's like a lot of these roguelikes. You kind of start off and you try to zero in on what your strategy and what your playstyle is going to be, and just make your build around that.
Okay, yeah, all that sounds like my shit. Yep.
You should check. If you haven't played this, I
have not.
It's rich coming from me, but yeah, you should.
Yeah,
what are you waiting for?
I have it on Switch, I think. So I'll just.
It is on Game Pass. I know people are in different places with Microsoft right now, understandably.
Understandable.
But, yep. It's on there, so there's plenty of ways to play this game.
Anything else?
Shinobi is fantastic. I love it. I was so excited for this game, and it's everything I was hoping for. It's just a super fluid, fun-feeling 2D game. I like how even though it's not a Metroidvania, you still are constantly kind of getting upgrades, and there are reasons to go back to levels. You can unlock new paths and find more of the optional items and things like that. So there's a little bit of that DNA in it. I won't make a joke about forgetting your car keys. But yeah, gosh, I'm so happy with it. It makes me so optimistic about this whole initiative from Sega. Now, not everybody making one of these revival games for them is going to be a Lizard Cube, who is just, are shooting up to become one of my favorite developers with, what they did for Streets of Rage 4 and now this. They are just now a studio where whatever they're working on next, I'm going to be so freaking excited for.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is proof that it wasn't a fluke, and that they have a real strong understanding of what made these games appealing in the first place and how to carry them forward and make them feel modern and new. I love Streets of Rage 4, and I am loving this game. It's I've not gotten the grappling hook thing yet. Have you? I know you just got it when we last talked. Have you used it much now, or are you still
just in that one level?
Okay.
Tonight I'll be playing a bit more. I'm playing on my ROG Ally X, and it works very well on there, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, I'll be doing more of that soon.
Yeah, me and Dan were doing a quick look for Lumines, which will go up tomorrow morning, everybody. And while we were getting set up for that, Shinobi's all we could talk about. He's also super feeling it as well, which is okay, yeah, I think this is one that's going to win over everybody. And I do wonder what people seem to have some people seem to have issues with the platforming. And I'm
really?
I'm kind of waiting to see what they mean there. I do feel it's a little stiffer than Ninja Gaiden, the running and the jumping, but I would describe it as deliberate, and I would describe it as it's just particular. And I like my platforming games like that sometimes. I don't want all of them to feel that way, but I have no issue with this one feeling that way. And I think a huge part of that is, as always with Lizard Cube, this goes back to Wonder Boy. the animations sell everything. So even if it is a little stiff, the animations kind of explain to me visually why the character moves this way. And so I'm completely hooked onto it.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't had any of those issues yet. Maybe we'll see about later.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's what kind of, I'm like thinking maybe later it'll happen.
Yeah, we'll see. Other big thing here is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I've been playing a good bit of that. I just got to the boss fight with the End, who is the famous sniper boss fight. This actually was one of my favorite games. I love Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. It is just I think I can go back and forth between 1 or 3, which one I like more. There is so much that is interesting and fun and kind of clever about Snake Eater and is deep mechanically. And seeing all that brought over here with, so much of the remake. Like, yeah, the graphic stuff, that's nice. I think it is some of the quality of life stuff that stands out to me the most. Like just having a button you can hold down to kind of enter sneaking mode, being able to actually just use L and R for aiming down sights and shooting. That was a lot more complicated on those PS2 games, right? Having quick access to the camo system into doing codec calls. All these little things like that. Just CQC, the close quarter combat stuff where you hold a person, you can interrogate them, or you can knock them out. Almost everything just feels a bit better. I know whenever they do these kind of remakes, some people worry or think that something is a little bit lost in its translation, and I always sometimes think they maybe have a point. I think this one is better at that than others. It might still bother some people, but generally I think it looks pretty good and basically looks like what I would have imagined Metal Gear Solid 3 just looking like if it was made today, right? Maybe it's a bit less stylized because they, had to stylize things a bit more generally for PS2 era, and I can understand missing that. But I think they mostly did a good job with that stuff.
Yeah, I think Dan made the point of like that one scene that everyone is pointing out, the salute scene, is so iconic that people have an idea of what it should look like, and anything that is off from that is going to be very noticeable. And that it's that same thing is just not true of the entire rest of the game. I tend to believe that. So when I was watching Dan play it, I'm like, yeah, this looks like a modernized Metal Gear Solid 3 in all the ways that it should be. And it doesn't look like it sands off all the visual edges or whatever necessarily.
Yeah. So I saw Christian named our episode, is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater a disappointing remake? No.
There it is, everybody. You heard it.
Hey, let's go.
We're just asking questions here. Right? Yeah. There's like a little part of me, especially early on, that was like, boy, this is that game. I've played this game a few times, and like, is this interesting to just be playing this game again? Then pretty quickly, I was just like, oh, I'm happy to be playing this game again.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And the quality of life stuff was becoming kind of more noticeable as I was going through it. And, for this particular game, like for Silent Hill 2 or for a Resident Evil 4, sure, basically make a new game with that blueprint. Metal Gear Solid 3 is kind of a tricky one, especially because of the weird situation with Kojima, where he can't really be involved. And how do you make big changes to that game without his involvement? That's kind of just, you're asking for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have to build up a lot of goodwill before they could try something like that. So it feels like a very long way away.
Yeah. So yeah, I like this. I wouldn't mind seeing them do a few more remakes. If they want to get really ambitious, I don't think they could ever make a new Metal Gear game. But maybe you could do like a remake of Metal Gear, right? Like
sure.
8-bit game or Metal Gear 2.
Well, if they do that and they do a good job, then I think they can make a new one. If it's like, oh, they completely reworked Metal Gear to the point where it's like, oh, this feels like a new Metal Gear game, they could do something at that point, I think.
Maybe. Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear fans are like, because I heard Dan talking about this on Firescape, and he's, big Metal Gear Solid fan. Mm-hmm. And he's pretty adamant, like, I do not want that.
And
right?
No, I know they say that now. I think they can be won over. I think they can be. Now, do they? No, that's a long way away from that. Everything has to go perfect. But if they do everything perfect, then I think people will be like, I guess I'll give them a chance and we'll see. And I think you're right that they could remake Metal Gear and really get away with that and really prove themselves at that point.
If you remake Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2,
right,
those are basically new games.
Exactly,
anyway,
right. That's what they are test runs to prove that they could do this. And does Konami have the appetite for that? I have no idea. Are these games going to sell enough for them to justify the headaches that would be? I don't know, but it's possible. I mean, this one is virtuose with help from Konami. I don't think that development structure lends itself to them being able to continue this forever. Like that's an outsourced studio still in a lot of ways that's meant to remake a game 1-to-1. So we'll see if they even have an appetite to take a bite at something like that. For me, it's mostly the same stuff I have been playing. I talked about like hurdling in other places. I did like boot up Lumina's Arise a little bit. That's a game I played at Summer Game Fest. The demo that is out on Steam is still mostly just what I played at Summer Game Fest, but I was kind of getting the idea a little bit more even this time, and I'm super into what that game's putting down. I know it's weird to say it's the Tetris effect of Lumines, because in a lot of ways, in a lot of ways, Tetris Effect was the Lumines of Tetris. But it's clear that they took a lot of what they learned, and we talked to Mark about this, so you'll hear about this in the quick look, which apparently is coming maybe tomorrow afternoon, actually. But yeah, it's like clearly that they one fed into the other, and now that is feeding back into Lumines in a way that I really like. And I think the burst system looks. Watching Dan play in the quick look was really cool, because Dan really must have played a lot of Lumines. He immediately was getting S ranks and stuff, and it's like, oh, I get a lot more of like the strategy of this game now, especially in these burst segments, which is the equivalent of like when you would pull the left and right trigger in Tetris Effect, and time would slow down, and you would get a chance to get these big combos. They basically do that here, and it's like if you build your meter up to 100%. The line will go across several times, and while it's doing that, you can build this big box of 2x2 things that become a massive box of like 100. It will score like 100-point multiplier or something like that, and it's really satisfying to see. And while you're doing that, if you put the blocks down in the right way, so that the two of the color that is the current one selected for the burst, and then there's the other color that is the opposite color that's not a part of the burst. Well, if you set those next to one another, so there's two of the opposite colors sitting here, and you set down your block that has that same color, those will kind of shoot off into the sky and get out of the way, so you could do this big burst, and then all of them will come back onto the playfield and sit on top of one another, so you can get this really good combo that way. And it looks like it feels awesome, again, when I was watching Dan play. And when I was trying it myself, I was beginning to get it a little bit more. Beyond that, I booted up Forsaken, because we've been talking about it, Forsaken Remastered, and it's like, yeah, this game does still roll. I couldn't get it working on my Steam Deck, though. I was getting a little like, well, why wouldn't this work on Steam Deck? I bet I need to just find the correct Proton
what is Forsaken for people who perhaps don't know, Jeff?
Yeah, that's right. I just assume. I mean, it was a household name when I was growing up. Forsaken is a first-person vehicle shooter. Similar to Descent, it's like a corridor shooter, but in 3D, as in like you can go in any direction. You can fly up through a path, you can fly down, you're in a ship, and it can kind of look in any direction, so you're not like locked to the ground. That's the easiest way of explaining it. But I just booted up real fast on the PC when I couldn't get it working on Steam Deck, because I was interested to see what it feels like. It feels good. It's Night Dive doing their thing.
You're just obsessed with video games with girls with heart tattoos.
Yeah, listen, I got to type. I mean, what can I say?
Apparently. Yeah.
Outside of that, not much else. Like I said, it's been a lot of Shinobi, and we talked about that. And Expedition 33. That's really been taking up most of my time.
Fantastic. Did you finish your encounter with the paintress?
No, but I'm actually, like I was going to the paintress, and I didn't realize it was like, that meant like, no, you're definitely just going to the paintress right now. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I am starting that fight, and I had to put it down for other things. But when I get done here, that's what I'm doing in bed tonight on the Steam Deck.
Very nice. You'll be doing that. I'll be doing some shinobiing. We'll be having a good time.
It's going to be good. You know what? I guess I played some Kirby as well.
Yeah, I did too. I guess, yeah. I mean, the expansion, the Star-Crossed Worlds, it seems really good. It's more of that, but with some, just really pretty starry visuals, and gosh, that's a good game. I really like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and it's nice having some, performance resolution boosts there.
Yeah, it was, I think people are going to watch you play, because we played on Giant Bomb today. You were piloting, and you started moving the character around, and immediately you're like, oh, this just feels so good. And I just hope people know you're not overselling it. It really is an awesome feeling game. It's just they made Kirby feel excellent in 3D, and so immediately I was moving the character around, and because of the performance improvements, it actually feels better than ever. And then it's just, it's an awesome, pleasant, great-looking, colorful 3D platformer with a lot of cool special aspects to it in terms of its power-ups and things, and they just know what they're doing. They know how to design the encounters so that you're taking advantage of all the cool power-ups that you can get. And the mouthful modes are still so fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Immediately fell right back into it. So yeah, it hit the spot. All right, Mike, let's wrap up those super chats if we got any more. I'm not sure if we did, but let's.
We got a few more here.
Okay, great.
From Baba, it's me. Packers still suck.
That's right.
From Tyler James Bay, Packers got Parsons. Go Pack, go.
I mean, that also does suck. I hate that.
Paso of Hogs says, Mike, here's $5 to get you to play Trails in the Sky first chapter remake demo. Love you both. Okay, maybe I'll stream this or something. This
twisted his arm.
Here. Yeah, I'll take a look at this. So I wonder how if the again, like I saw one trailer and I just not like the voice for Estelle. That really is it. It really is just that one thing. Maybe I'll get over it or I'll figure it out.
Like the Japanese voice, the English voice.
Maybe I might just have to like hide behind the Japanese voices, which to me is always just neutral. I never be like the Japanese voice acting's better. It's just Japanese voice acting to me. I don't speak that language, but if I don't like the English voice acting, then I'll take it. Michael R. O'Leary says, can't believe the thumbnail features a rare behind-the-scenes photo of Mike as the live-action TikTok, the crocodile, and Hook. What was Hoffman like? He was nice. He was nice, yeah.
Just a real professional is what I hear, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't like some bullshit method actor who kept trying to be a pirate. Like,
no. Great with kids.
When he called cut, he was just, a dude. It was good.
That does for the super chats, right?
That's it.
Okay. Christian, are you ready over there? You think you got the results ready to go, or do you need a minute?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right. Christian's going to go ahead.
I'll tell you over on YouTube, the poll is 56% for Metal Gear Sonic and 44% for Metal Gear Solid, but extra stupid this time.
Okay. Let's see.
So we don't know. That's not a clear indicator.
I think on Twitter, so that maybe this doesn't bode well, with a little over 100 votes. Metal Gear Sonic has 35%, and Metal Gear Extra Stupid has 65%. So
yeah, you always destroy me on Twitter.
Yeah, I really got my finger on the pulse of those people, which I'm gonna go see a doctor about. Actually,
yeah, that's nice. I watched that video you were talking about, by the way.
Yeah,
Elephant Graveyard.
What'd you think of that? Was it your speed? I don't know. I liked it.
No, yeah.
Go ahead.
I liked it. There was some stuff there was like one guy's like, look at this guy. He was completely normal and then he turned crazy. I was like, I don't know how normal this guy was in the first place. Maybe. Yeah.
He went crazy in like the sellout or the grifter sort of way is all they mean. I mean, I guess he started praising Peter Thiel, and it like the previous version of himself never would have done that. But you're right. He was always a little off.
Yeah. I'm like so familiar with that one guy who made the awful Puerto Rico joke. I didn't realize how much more he sucked in his weird. I can't believe it was incredible seeing Ric Flair being above it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, right. Like
moment.
Walking off. Like, yeah, man. Feeling bad for Ric Flair is not something I expected when I went into that video. It was weird. You got it, Christian?
The car. I got it. Yeah, the results are in. The hanging chat has been reviewed by a monkey wearing metal trousers. So it's
all right, Christian, if you have the results, let's go ahead and let's hear it. Who won the Metal Gear Face-Off or whatever we called it?
Solid game with 55.9% versus 41.1%. The winner is Metal Gear Solid. But extra stupid this time.
Oh, no! I thought it was like, you meant Sonic, right?
Yeah, me too. I thought he meant Sonic. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I think
my streak is dead.
I think this was definitely our closest one ever in terms of like what we put on paper here. I think it really could have gone either way. 10 more votes, and it maybe flips back and forth.
Yeah. I thought my solid as snake reasoning with him being the president might have gotten me over the edge.
Oh, I like that a lot. He also does a look, if you squint, kind of like Eggman. So
a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
All right. Yeah, Cyborg Graydon did it for Dougman, apparently.
Of course, the kids love Cyborg. it's tragic angsty self.
All right. Well, hey, you did win the YouTube poll, though. 57% of the votes actually there when I just
I'm always a man of the people on YouTube, right?
Uh-huh. All right. I think that's gonna do it for us. No more super chats, right? We didn't get a last minute one, I don't think so.
Nope, we're done. It looks like we're done.
All right, I'm hitting the music then. Mike, why don't you tell people where they could find you, all that good stuff, whatever you want to say.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Tokoto. Keep an eye out on there for just a little personal announcement. And twitch.tv/Tokoto as well. Yeah, giantbomb.com.
Oh, there's no music.
Oh,
Shit.
They don't hear the music.
It's playing
That's
now.
not so pretty. Yeah.
Christian heard the music, right?
I heard the music.
Okay, so it'll be on the podcast version.
Yeah, but Christian's crazy. He always hears music.
That's what they said, yeah.
Yeah, playing this game reminded me of I went into the Fantasy Critic Discord trying to get them to recognize the fact that the God of War spinoff is not coming out this year. To no success. I was not successful at that. Although I think I'll be fine because my hope is they announce that game at the State of Play and say it's coming out in 2026 and then I'll be able to drop it. Whatever. This is not my point. It was like I was clearly like being a little bit of a shit, being like, I'm a real journalist. You got to believe me. And everyone got that it was a joke. And then one guy was like, we want you to do a Fantasy Critic League with like, apparently they have like famous people for Fantasy Critic in their Discord. And the one guy that's in there is like, I've listened to enough of Jeff Grubb guessing what a Metacritic is going to be 3 months out to know that I would destroy him. And I was like, motherfucker. I did that. Yeah, I responded with the Drew blinking white guy face, being like, oh, I see. But I thought that was pretty funny to know that my reputation precedes me. So, yeah, there we go. Thanks a lot, Mike, for making me look bad in front of Fantasy Critic listeners.
I can't help. I'm so good at it.
We'll be back with episodes next week. God, what other things should people know about? Over on the Giant Bomb.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah. Blight Club. You're not going to want to miss it. I really mean it this time.
Yeah, virtual highlight.
Virtual highlight, and I keep picturing Mike walking on to the set or his onto his camera in his costume, and I smile.
I wonder if he's got me an inflatable dragon.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you next time.
Let's do the dump truck tomorrow. Special day.
He comes. Who's ready to nut?
I'm so white.